Hey everybody, welcome to Women Talking. I'm Natalie, and along with Sarah, we're gonna just share some really powerful, well Sarah is, some very powerful information around 4 key points to keep your children healthy. And regardless if you have children or not, stay tuned right to the end because she's gonna also share some really cool information around sugar and what you need to know about what it's doing in your body. So before we get started, Sarah, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Sarah DeCiccio. I'm a certified holistic health coach. I'm a mother of 2 young kids, and my specialty is gut health. I love helping people fix their gut health problems as well. If you have any food sensitivities, I'm really good at making replacements for that. So if you want to learn more about me, you can check me out on my website at www.findingyourwellspot.com.
I definitely highly recommend you following her. She's got some amazing videos on her YouTube channel. She's full of great information. She always amazes me. In fact, we just talked probably 20 minutes and I learned a ton. So, but that's regardless, we're gonna get focused here. My name's Natalie, like I said, and I am the founder and creator of Beautiful Life Retreats, Create a Beautiful Life. And I am all about the inner game. I know that it's important to have a really great mindset, and I always work on that, and I'm fascinated by it. You can see I have lots of books. I'm a consummate reader in personal development, and I'm also a former certified personal trainer, and so that's where my health bend comes in. And you can check more out about me if you like at my name, nataliestratton.com, and sign up for my daily mantras. All right, Sarah, let's get started. So let's start with the 4 key points to keep kids healthy. I know you have two small children, well, not so small anymore, but you're passionate about nutrition and feeding children well. Let's get started.
I am. I have a 7-year-old and I have a just recently new 6-year-old in my household. And I know from experience that healthy food makes a huge difference in the way your children behave, the way they focus at school, the way they can focus, whether they have brain fog, all that kind of great stuff. So I was listening to a summit this past weekend, and one of the speakers was Dr. Jennifer Margulies. I hope I pronounced it right, Margulies? I don't know. Sorry if I totally damaged that name. But she had 4 key points on how to keep children healthy, because parents are always asking, how can I keep my child healthy? And we're always looking for something, like, oh wow, that's going to be easy to do. And it is really easy when you think about it. Number 1, you have to feed your kids real food. It is amazing how many parents, I know how hard it is to be a parent when you get busy, but we miss the boat sometimes on always trying to do things quickly because we have a busy lifestyle now where we're always going to processed food and we're missing all the good healthy food that we should be feeding our children. So I know it's not, exciting to say eat real food like fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. But when I was teaching in the school for my Healthy Passport, teaching kids about produce, I know in grade 7, they couldn't even identify beets in their raw form. So kids are not exposed enough to even what real produce looks like, what it tastes like, what it feels like, what it smells like. So we have to make a huge effort to really expose them to real food so they understand what real food is, so that when they grow up to be adults, they know how to eat healthy. And it's important. It's important for our brain. It's healthy, just to keep a healthy body, to grow, and as well as your microbiome, which I'm really, passionate about, your gut health. If you're not eating real food, you're going to have a lot of digestive upset, which again is going to lead to diseases later on. Number 2 is to avoid toxins. Of course, we are overloaded with toxins, whatever we put on our skin, whatever we're breathing, whatever we're eating. The 2 top toxins that they said that kids get as if it were like candy is number 1, acetaminophen, which is the main ingredient found in Tylenol, and antibiotics. So if you think about, I was kind of blown away by that, how many kids are exposed to those toxins, but those 2 things are definitely wrecking your microbiome as well. So you do not want to give Tylenol every time they have a little pain. And of course, we're exposed to a lot of antibiotics from our meats that we eat as well. Trying to find, doctors are much better now, not prescribing as many antibiotics like they used to, but just being aware whether or not it's an absolute must. Number 3, kids need to get outdoors as much as possible so they can play, they can breathe the fresh air, they're getting the vitamin D. Everyone in Canada are basically deficient in vitamin D. They don't even test for vitamin D levels anymore because they just realized what a big waste of money it was because everyone's deficient. And I know that because I did talk to someone who did work in a lab, and I was questioning whether I should get my vitamin D levels, and she said, we don't do that anymore. We don't test for them because everybody's deficient. So everyone should be on a good quality vitamin D supplement, especially if you are in Canada, anywhere in Canada. And number 4, kids need to play outside and get dirty, get like playing in that dirt, because this is going to help build the immune system, as well help prevent autoimmune diseases in the future. So we need to get dirty so we can, again, breathe in those microbes, that bacteria, to kind of get our immune system going a little bit, so we can build that so it's stronger, and then that way we're going to fend off diseases later on in life. So those are the 4 main things. I know it's not super exciting, but really they're super simple, and if you start practicing them, you'll see a big difference in your kids' health.
So Sarah, I'm just listening going, oh my goodness, like when I think about how I was raised, that's exactly how I was raised. Garden, we had a huge garden, so real food all the time. Definitely we didn't get any aspirin or antibiotics for probably less and less, because we were playing in the dirt. I was playing in the dirt all the time, and I played outside all the time. Every day after school I came home and went outside, and I look at how I raised my kids, and for sure now there's a lot more challenges for parents today with gaming and just how with cell phones and things. So I think if you can start them off really young, it helps, because trying to change some of those habits, and trust me, I've been there, it's tough. But that getting in the dirt, that's I love that you shared that, because that's a good, that makes sense, because it's important for the immune system.
Absolutely. And it is a challenge for parents today. I'm in the same boat with the gaming and all that kind of stuff. It is hard. Like, you almost have to physically grab your kid and throw them outside now, because all they want to do, right?
Right. And kids don't come knock on doors anymore. I grew up knocking on doors. Kids don't do that anymore, right? So it's the times have changed for sure. So you got to just get a little smarter, a little more, not even smarter, just get more creative. Yeah. Good reminder. Awesome. Okay. So let's talk about sugar. I know, that's what you said was kind of shocking. So let's hear more.
Okay, I'm getting fascinated by sugar more. And the more and more I learn about it, the more I'm like, I totally get why some of these people just say, I'm going sugar-free. And I'm like, how can you do that? Like, it's something challenging, right? Because I do love sugar as well. But sugar ultimately affects your immune system. Most people know that. So I was learning from an immunologist about sugar, and how eating sugar harms our neutrophils. So our neutrophils are what are responsible to go through our body and basically eat all the bad bacteria that's in our body. So it's like cell eating is what these neutrophils are for. So when we eat sugar, what happens is that our neutrophils kind of go sleepy. They don't want to actually go around our body and eat all this bad bacteria. So when you're eating sugar, the whole process is called phagocytosis, when the cell eating process, that reduces by 50% when we eat sugar for 5 hours. So you might not think that's such a big deal, but when you actually think about it, say I eat sugar, okay, now my neutrophils are not going around in my body eating all the bad bacteria. And for 5 hours. Now, you may not feel anything physiologically right away, because if you have no bad bacteria, you might be okay. But say you do, and your neutrophils are going sleepy, and think about it, how often do you eat sugar in the day? So if you're eating sugar every 5 hours even, your neutrophils are essentially never working properly and never eating that bad bacteria in you. And then that's how you're going to get sick, or it's going to lead to some diseases. So I just found that really fascinating about sugar, that for 5 hours, that's a really long time period. If
you take sugar in your coffee and have a granola bar, boom, you're there. You're going to be tipping over, I'm sure, right? Definitely, it's hidden everywhere too. Like condiments have tons of sugar, so you have some French fries, put vinegar on instead. But there's more 3-to-1, I think, sugar to tomato sauce. I could be wrong on that. I'm just throwing that out there, but I know I'm a real ketchup guru with my kids. Do you know how much sugar's in there? And I was like, yeah, mom, whatever. So, but no, it's hidden everywhere and it sneaks up. So that's a great reminder. But 5 hours, that's kind of now that I have that awareness, I'm going to be thinking twice when I have my tiramisu.
It's true. That's what I feel like. Every time I keep educating myself about food or something, it keeps you a little bit more motivated or more aware. And then you're less likely to maybe, indulge as much, because you're like, I know what this may be affecting my body. Again, like sometimes you may not feel it right away, but you have no idea what you're doing internally, the damage you're doing at a cellular level. And once you kind of click into that, you'll be like, okay, maybe it's not worth it, or, not as much. Cut it a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Awareness is the key to change. Absolutely, absolutely. And the more you understand the power of what you put in your mouth, because everything has a consequence, then yes, we tend to make better choices. We tend to eliminate things. We don't even bring it into our house, which I think is the best way to combat some of these and create better habits. So with that, any comments or questions, please reach out to either of us, comment below. Thank you so much, Sarah. Everybody, till next time, have a great day.
See you later.